There's not a lot of good coming out of Dolphins camp. You had Mike McDaniel talking about Hill, and there's just injuries.
Yeah.
It all feels bad. But, of course, I'm not a Dolphin guy, so I'm okay with it feeling bad. But as a Dolphin guy, I assume you hate that it feels bad.
I suppose they're looking to get ahead of the deal. Like, if he has another season this year like he did last year, then re-signing him for 3 more years would be exponentially more a year ago. I guess that's the thinking. Never been a club president. Not quite sure how those machinations work.
Well, we're trying to duck and weave.
Yeah.
Bid and bob. We're trying to have you not think that we stink and not think that we're having an issue with Hill and think that our season's going to be great. By the way, we just made a guy our highest paid defensive player.
Right. I think the Dolphins' front seven is pretty good defensively. I think Anthony Weaver's a great defensive coordinator. I think there are ways for them to disguise the thinnest cornerback room in the NFL. Now, having said that, are they going to have a great season and make the playoffs? Probably not. Although if Tua stays healthy all year, I think they have a shot.
Greg, I'm curious what the sort of conversation is around Tyreek Hill when you're around the team, like the type of expectations that are going to come from him, because we already saw, the end of last season and how he went out and a little too critical like that, I guess. And then most recently saying that Achane shouldn't be out there on third down, and that sort of insulting your own teammate and your own coaches. Like, is that an example of Mike McDaniel not having the grasp of his room, of his locker room, or is this just Tyreek just kind of fishing on ways to get out of here?
Well, I think Tyreek's done a mea culpa. I mean, Tyreek is finding ways to apologize publicly for some of the things he said last year, for bowing out of going back in a game late in the season, for implying that he wants out and then backtracking on that. And Tua at the beginning of this camp stated, put it right out there that Tyreek has to win back the trust of this team. And I think he's trying to do that. And for me, saying that Achane is not big enough to be on the third and goal situation, there's some truth to that. And I think that's Tyreek Hill trying to show leadership, trying to be a captain in a positive way rather than in a disruptive way. So I think there's been some fences mended when it comes to Tyreek Hill.
Greg, when we talk about the identity of this team, it's been speed, right? That's what they sold us. Speed everywhere. We got speed in the backfield. We got speed out wide. We got speed everywhere. Is that still the identity, or are they trying to shape shift with their offense, as the last couple of years have been kind of declining as far as yards per average and a whole bunch of stuff?
I think the emphasis is on speed because they want the ball out of Tua's hands as quickly as possible. They want his time holding the football post-snap to be the quickest in the entire league. Tyreek Hill, I think he's lost a half a step, but he's still one of the fastest players in the league. Jalen Waddle's very fast. Both of their top running backs are very fast. And so McDaniel just wants that motion offense that's going to get rid of the ball quickly because, if nothing else, it helps keep Tua upright.
That's the whole key.
Yeah.
Imagine doing a whole thing around the player just to keep him healthy.
I
Change
mean,
everything.
With him and his track record, you have to. He's played a full season once in 6 years, and
it's
that's
not good enough.
No.
You can't build a team around that.
And, well, when everybody talks about the Dolphins' prospects, they begin with if Tua stays healthy. And the over-under on the Dolphins is very low. I think it's 7.5, which I think is a pretty smart over. But that still doesn't mean they're going to make the playoffs.
That's the same over-under on DJ Lagway's Florida Gators.